The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Sunday, February 8th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports, people. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi. Promo code SGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Krog from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Sunday, February 8th. Be nice to know the days. YouTube.com/the college experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you were one of the fine people that came out to the Siegel Center in Richmond, Virginia Friday night, we appreciate you. And how's your hangover going? So look, what an awesome day of hoops. Got back. I didn't catch the early slate, but I got in at the second and third round of games there, like in between the late second round of games. And the games delivered today. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Don D. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, tailless pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Sir, court stormings. Great environments everywhere. Teams down 10 points with a minute left, winning. I mean, maybe the best college basketball game of the season in Conway, South Carolina. Miami, Ohio, the story continues. St. Louis, the Billikens roll again. And the greatest rivalry in all of sports delivers an awesome fucking moment. And I was on that fucking money line. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Baseball Experience. Subscribe over there because we got a bunch of previews out. Season is less than a week away, folks. Give it up for the great Noah Bieniek. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Pick Dundee does not miss days. He just reverses them. So that's why he said Saturday.
Yeah.
Missed the Saturday show. Today's the Saturday show now.
I like to think I was still working also last night as we were. It's called meet and greets. All right. Yeah. You go out, you get shit hammered, you cover college basketball.
I feel like when you're hosting the show, I was kind of conducting it, and then only two people on it, so I feel like I had to add more analysis. I talked myself into more bets. Colby, I mean, most bets of the year for me. It's just not. It's just not for me. I got my ass kicked. I went 15 and 22. Just a one-time thing for the year on a Saturday where Pick Dundee was not present, but. I got one money line across, and it was thankfully the dog I called for at the end of the show. Central Arkansas, how you doing over Lipscomb? I think the other three fell, and I took it on the chin today.
Well, you won a battle in that matchup because I was on Lipscomb, but right now I'm sweating out this Hawaii game as that's still on as they are up 9 against UC San Diego. We're laying 6.5. I've had a great day. Woke up, placed as much wagers as I could. Went 28 and 20, and had the money line on the heels. It's a pretty big bet.
Yeah, there you go.
So I mean,
you won a lock battle over me there.
There we go.
Handed it right back.
They had the lead for 0.4 seconds. That was the unbelievable game. I don't want to hear any shit about this court storming. Steven Van Pelt's great court storming. Idiot threw the bottle, but at the same time, okay, no one got punched in the face that I saw. These are making it seem like he went to Nam again. Shire's got to be such a bitch in the way he says this stuff. The court storming scene was amazing. That's what makes college basketball great. All right, it's a sport of the people for the people. All right.
I heard you met Brian Sanders, or you saw.
I
Brian
did.
Sanders.
Hell of a great guy.
Prior, but
hell of a great guy. Giving us 20 up 8 units today. Let's go. Headache will eventually wear off this evening from Friday night. Yeah. I might have napped off, certain points in the games. But look, here's what I don't understand. Great court storming. Great Franklin Street was the footage on Franklin Street in Chapel Hill. Fucking hilarious too. A water bottle. Some idiot threw a water bottle. All right. And it hit somebody. It looks like an empty water bottle, by the way, but who the fuck knows, right? Maybe there's a tad bit of water. It did not look
like an empty water bottle. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yes. There's shit.
Why is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal?
It's just a big deal because it's an idiot that's going to ruin the experience for everybody. There's typically
I watched Ed Cooley peg a
storming.
I watched Ed Cooley peg a baby with a water bottle a couple months ago. No one made a fucking big deal out of that.
And as long as there's John Shires in the world that are going to cry bloody heaven or whatever, bloody hell, then these clips will continue to be the examples that are used on why court storming is so bad. But yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for the video like you, but I will say that I saw a tweet and I fully agree with it. The kid that threw the water bottle should be able to stand on center court in Durham the next time these two teams play, and he should be able to get pillaged by water bottles by the,
I'm okay with that
crowd
too.
And all the players. I'm
okay with that too.
I think it should go both ways. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I also think like we're exaggerating we're exaggerating. I mean,
it wasn't a fully, unopened water bottle that weighs like 16 ounces. It was like a very like borderline empty bottle that smoked a player in the face.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. There's no story to me. There's no story. Move along. I mean, the story is the idiot. Okay, ban him from the fucking building. Sure. Ban him from the building, but I don't think it's a real story besides that. Like I said, Ed Cooley hit a fucking baby a couple weeks back.
Shouldn't happen either, though.
Yeah, but that's still, it shouldn't even be a fucking story. If that was that was not a story.
That's a story because it's hilarious.
No, but I'm saying like that was not a big deal. That shit really didn't go viral. You know what I mean? Like
that. I mean, it didn't go super
viral.
Talk
about
but that video
Sports
got
Center.
around.
No,
they did.
Really?
They did. Yes.
I don't think so, dude.
Yes, they did. It was shown at the end of Sports Center.
Okay,
like
they didn't open with that shit though. They didn't open with that shit. I'll tell you that.
Because that happened on Friday night, and like at the end of the show, like where it's kind of after dark crowd, they talked about it 1,000%. SVP did.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a big deal. This is sports.
Because also, I think that SVP enjoyed, throwing a jab at Cooley there. He's a Maryland guy, and Cooley's a Georgetown guy.
Yeah. Well, I just don't think their story, like this shit's been going on at the beginning of time. People throw beers and shit. Okay.
This is my biggest thing is like I'm with Brian Sanders on this. It's like, yeah, court storming's freaking awesome. You're North Carolina. Like what are we doing?
Well, no, I'm actually gonna push back. I think they were getting their ass kicked the whole game. The way it went down. Like everyone who watched that game, I don't think can come away thinking North Carolina is actually the better team. So that's why I think you do storm.
Ass kicked the whole game to the point where like your fans are like, dude, we didn't deserve to win. Like you're North Carolina. You're spending $10 million on a roster every single season. You're true. You should be a top 15 team in the country. Like,
look, if
that's
it was
kind of standard,
It was just the way the game was. Like they had a lead for 0.4 seconds on that shot.
Do you want to?
That's why I think you should storm on. Yeah.
I know this is kind of the intro, and we're rambling now. Do you want to just first game ball? North Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, that's the number one game ball. It's the greatest rivalry in the sport until the Shire cancels court storming and
until Shire got trampled on,
yeah.
But I mean, yes, it is the best rivalry, most competitive rivalry, and my favorite graphic, man, are these graphics of North Carolina, Duke, the history of the rivalry, the last 115 games or whatever, and it's decided by a point margin of like 6 points total. And then you see that the reason why that's the case today, like they're getting blown out, and the rivalry factor of playing at home, how lit that atmosphere is, how great it is, and then to just slowly be able to mount that comeback and then hit that shot, and it's close game at the end.
Well, that's the thing about I've said this in the LA studio, like that's the best rivalry in sports in my opinion, but I get pushback on that sometimes. The other guys are kind of pro guys. So but I'm also like, all right, I know there's a lot of great rivalries all throughout, Yankees, Sox, whatever you want to say, Ohio State, Michigan, go Army, Navy, whatever, there's a shit ton more, but it's the way the games deliver so consistently. Like I would be hard pressed to find another rivalry where you get literally like a buzzer beater or a crazy comeback or at the rate you do in this game compared to other rivals. Like I'm no Carolina or Duke fan, but I just I've been watching it my whole life, and I feel like the game is never over. It just delivers at like a 95% rate. I'm curious your thoughts on that one. Okay, you're on mute, I think. Okay.
No, I think something's going on with my connection. I didn't hear half of what you said there. So,
okay.
I know you put me on.
I'm
the
just
spot
saying,
with
like that
what you were
rivalry.
talking about.
No. That rivalry delivers. I think at just such a strong. Like each game for the most part. There's been blowouts before, but it's rare. Most times it's like a 2-point game with 30 seconds left. So,
yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've already touched on that a little bit, like with just the graphic that you see every time Duke and Carolina play. It's like last 110 matchups. It's only 6 total points in all of their games in that span that separate the two teams. It's incredible. And yeah, it delivers way more than it does not deliver. I feel like there are very, very few rivalries that you can put in this. Like I feel the Iron Bowl, you got Michigan, Ohio State on the gridiron. Red Sox Yankees is a great MLB rivalry. So I feel like that's your top 5 right there, 4 of them. So
yeah. So game ball number 1 to the North Carolina Tar Heels. Huge win for Hubert Davis. He needed this shit. Bubba Cunningham.
Yeah.
I do appreciate. We've talked a lot of shit about you on this show, but I appreciate you saying court storming is great for the sport in the post game.
Yeah. Let's call it Saturday Night Blackjack. I know the SGP Live guys have their blackjack segment. 21 game ball, because I mean that one we both agree on. It's the biggest game of the day, best moment of the season so far, I think. So yeah, obvious.
Yeah. So you can lead off with number 2 then, buddy.
All right. I will I'll go game ball number 2 to Michigan State. And I'll do it because Fears has been getting shit on, and I just think at this point he's going to own it. And more power to him. Just keep playing your game, buddy.
I like it personally.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's not playing my team, it is what it is. I think he's a rat. I thought Grayson Allen was a rat. But I know that I have a rat on my team too. Elliot Cadeau can be very, very similar at times. He's been a lot better this year though. But yeah, Fears, dude, unbelievable game. Goes for 26 and 15. This game was so built up because all the drama, but also Michigan State having lost 2 in a row, just getting stormed on by Minnesota there. And then what's his name hitting the 2 free throws at the end to, force overtime and at the end of regulation, I thought was absolutely huge.
That crowd was great too, man. That was a great crowd as well.
That's a given. Yep. But Army Navy from Matt Dix is obvious up there too. But yeah, Michigan State's probably my game ball here. What are your thoughts from this game? Because I thought it was very solid. I think Illinois, Mac and I handicapped this one pretty well. Michigan State was able to, do just enough physically on the glass, also defensively in the backcourt to keep Illinois off their game. They took 36 threes, only made 10. I think that's a W in Izzo's mind. So your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, they were getting stomped on early. I bet Sparty, by the way. That was a lock of mine.
Yeah. Okay. We triple locked it then.
It was kind of similar vein to Carolina in a way. Like I thought Illinois was actually taking it to them. Not as bad as Carolina. Like Carolina just having the lead for 0.4 seconds, but I felt there was a similar tone to it to me of like, man, no matter what Michigan State can do, they just can't get the fucking lead. But yeah, I mean, down the stretch, they tightened the defense, good halftime adjustments, I thought, by Izzo, which is no surprise there. Great game. Fun. Just, I was wondering, we were talking about Illinois, me and NC Nick on the car ride up to Richmond. You're like, do you believe them this year? And I go, I think more than most years, but I still, I still Underwood in the tournament has always gotten out coaching a lot of games to me. So it's like, I need to see it, but I do think they're a team, but then sure enough, they lose within 24 hours later. But I thought it was the desperate spot by Sparty though.
Yeah, 1000%. And Illinois got the size, they've got the shooting. When they're committed to doing it, they're able to play defense. I don't think they're scrappy in that aspect. They have the country's worst turnover rate defensively. And there are times where, it's just like you watch a interaction in the game and it's like, God, they're so soft. They just they're not locked in every play. That's my thought process watching the Fighting Illini's defense.
Shout out to Hugh. How do I pronounce this? Huizinga. Huizinga.
Huizinga would be my guess, but
the H is silent, huh? Huizinga. Appreciate you giving us $10. Dundee is the greatest college basketball gambler I've seen in my life. Well, when I die, I want that on the tombstone. All right, so carry out those orders. Appreciate the $10. Yeah, I mean, Colby, what were my locks today? They were on the SGPN app, guys. All right, whenever I'm not on a show, they were there. I woke up early, super hungover, trying to get these fucking plays in. I loaded them all up into the app as well. So yeah, they were available to the people. But what is it? Duke Carolina games are not mostly blowouts. You're fucking insane to assume that. You just talked about it. You just someone in the chat. Where was that? Somewhere in there, like right around this. I don't think I mean, are you just watching? I don't know, the past couple years, maybe. But even with that, I think it was like didn't it like a 5-point game last year? Last year was like a 5-point game.
I think one of the games
3-point game. It was a 3-point game last year in the ACC championship.
Dressed up one of the games.
Man, I'm gonna burn this. I'm gonna lose on this Hawaii play though. This is a game right now. Hawaii up 2 against UC San Diego. All right, the next game ball, dude. And I know we're doing 20 game balls, 10 each from each of us.
Duke won the first one 87-70 last year. They dressed up one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually went on the road and won by 13 in the other one too. So one both.
Well, Carolina had fell. Well, no, there was the game in the ACC tournament that was a 3-point game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also in 2023, 5-point game.
No. We do not have to go through this history. Yeah. These games are always usually nail biters. So it is one of very few that you can say without even having to go and fact check. Even do.
Look, SGPN app, free to download in the App Store, Google Play Store. You can also just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com and click on college basketball picks or whatever sport. So,
yeah, we're doing
Rod.
21, 10 each. We both gave North Carolina one.
Yeah, I got my next one. Bieniek, I had to. So this game happened early in the day, and I actually think we should touch base on this because I meant to tally this up before the show, but the MEAC Sunbelt Challenge was today.
Yeah, yep.
I think the Sunbelt kind of whooped the MEAC's ass, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I was all over the Sunbelt bounce back. Me personally, like all the Sunbelt MAC games, I feel like I kind of pushed. I want to say I bet probably 7 or 8 of those. Just I had a great feeling about the Sunbelt today.
I kicked ass on my plays with the exception of one. I think the Georgia State Northern Illinois one. But my game ball is one that I had to go put back on from the start on one of the screens.
So Sunbelt went 10-3 against the MAC.
Woo! Gottlieb looking smarter and smarter.
And I fucking lost. I bet UL Monroe, they fucking lost. I bet, oh, where are all these fucking Sunbelt losses? I bet Marshall and they fucking lost. And then
Yeah,
where's my other? Where's my other?
Actually, I lost 2. I lost Georgia State, Northern Illinois, and I lost Marshall and Miami, Ohio, which I'm sure at some point will be a game ball. But I'm giving the game ball to the shot that clears, Bieniek.
Yeah.
Triple overtime. This game,
Dude.
you could I think this might have been the best basketball game of the whole season. Like if you go back and watch this,
I need to. I saw the highlight, of course. Like the highlight was great because I woke up at like 5:30. We did the show until 7 yesterday. We didn't start it until 2:30. So yeah, there was like a compilation of the final 12 minutes of the game, final 2 minutes of regulation, first
Insane.
overtime, second overtime.
It was like a game of horse, dude. Like some of the shots that were going in, you're like, get the fuck out of here. I got to give the shot that clears a game ball, and really both teams. Like I don't feel like UMass deserved to lose this game either. But I like this game was triple overtime. There was about 10 shots that you thought was the game winner. I mean, unbelievable game. Troy USC was one we highlighted as one of the best games of the year, and then there was another one. I'll probably think of it tomorrow, but this is a top. I think this is number 1. I mean, the Carolina Duke game probably too is in there now, but UMass Coastal Carolina delivered. Yeah,
the Carolina Duke game wasn't, I guess, entertaining, quality, competitive for a full 40. You know?
Yeah. And Brian Sanders saying, you see the white dude's dunk on SEMO. I posted that on our IG at TCE on SGP. That's the best dunk.
Life.
Dude, that's the best dunk I've seen in like a decade. In game. You
didn't see Cohen Carr's today?
What? Are you here?
You didn't see Cohen Carr's dunk today?
Oh, no, I did. But do you think it's better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, buddy.
Flying behind the back alley.
I know I like it, but the other one was just the other one I just thought was so I didn't see it coming.
That was
like, what? It was like Tom
that
Chambers.
was disrespectful. Yeah. The dunk you're talking about, that was maybe most disrespectful.
Well, I just didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it was possible. I was like, no way.
He's like pointing at this dude, leaps up from just beyond the free throw line, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm throwing this down on you. You don't have a choice."
And that's on our IG at TCE on SGPN on Instagram. Yeah. We posted that thing. I saw that dunk. I sent that to a bunch of my friends that do a bunch of college basketball content out there. I was like, guys, this fucking dunk. It reminded me of like Tom Chambers. Who did Tom Chambers dunk on? Mark Jackson, I think it was. Unbelievable. Game ball for the Shant that clears, man. And really, they deserve, like, this is a fun season by the Shants. This is a breakthrough season, I think. Yeah. Now, I don't think they're going to make the tournament or anything, but they got this program going in the right direction. So, yeah, game ball.
1000%. Shout out to Fernando, who's given us $5. He says Noah loves his pauses from last night's show. I'm trying to remember like what this callback is from on last night's show. So I need you to help me out, but I appreciate the tip there, Fernando.
Likewise. Thank you, Fernando.
Yeah, I mean, just a 155 game slate, 3 hours. It's like I'm struggling to remember what he's referencing here. Are you good on the Coastal shout?
Yes. Look, Coastal. I just want to mention this though. Right now, they are 15-11, I think.
Yeah.
This is a good story, and they are alive in that. I know this game didn't mean anything for the conference standings, but this is a program that's been dog shit lately.
Yeah.
So like, I really think we're not going to be talking about them in March. I doubt, right? Unless it's NIT or something, right? Which we cover the NIT but let me just explain to people that you have to go back like 5 years for them to have a decent season. That was under Cliff Ellis.
Yep.
And even with that, they have a chance. They have a chance to have like their best season in 10 years.
Yeah, 2017 probably is the best. I'm looking at.
They have a chance to do that. So shout out to the Chanticleers game ball. Mad Dog giving us $5. Hate BYU. Yeah, I took BYU too. I didn't bet it though, just because I was nervous about that one.
That was a double lock that Mac and I ate shit on there.
Fire away on the game balls, buddy.
Yeah, we use the game balls, most of the time on most days to talk about like, hey, this was the most impressive team, or this was the biggest win of the night. The Saturday slates, we use it kind of as an excuse to talk about some of the bigger matchups, maybe not the best win of the day, maybe not the most entertaining game of the day. Florida deserves a game ball. They went into College Station, knocked off first place. Texas A&M.
I mean, the beginning of that game, what was that score in the first 5 minutes?
It was like 24-2.
Yeah.
A&M was
I bet A&M.
A&M was 0 for 24 from the field in their first 24 shot attempts. Absolutely kicked ass. That was a very entertaining game to watch. Again, woke up late, so like watching these games for me later on in the day, I feel like there were definitely a couple of great ones. I woke up just in time basically to watch North Carolina Duke. I sat down and watched this one as a fan. Very entertaining as a fan. If you're probably not a fan, you turn that off 5 minutes in. But yeah, dude. A&M's defense was ranked number 2 in the SEC coming into the day. Absolute joke. And it's just because it's the nature of the beast, the scheduling, and the size of these leagues that, they kind of had a favorable draw to open up the SEC. And I think they're getting slapped in the face by a little bit of reality. They're a good team. I just don't think they're a great team. I don't think they're on pace to be a top 5 seed like they currently were. And yeah, Florida was ridiculous tonight. Defensively, offensively, Thomas Houck went for 22. And then Ruben Shinyelu, once again, with another double-double. The guy's been a machine this year. Any other thoughts on the Gators? Otherwise, I'm ready to move.
I bet A&M just because I was like, okay, this is their moment. Defending champs coming into College Station. Yeah. This is your shot. And boy, was I wrong. I ate a pile of shit in that game.
Yeah, I bet the Gators there.
So I look. I'll try to keep this cohesive. I'll stay in the SEC with my game ball. And by the way, Florida's all of a sudden in first place now. I don't know if you touched on that, but there you got a half game lead on Kentucky, Arkansas, and A&M, 1 game back. But the team I'm talking about is 2 games back. And I bet Oklahoma today. My only regret is I did not bet the money line. But Oklahoma comes into Nashville and pretty much like wire to wire gets them. I know Porter's going to be fired, I think, but I'm giving them a game ball. And poor Vandy, who I feel like I want them to win the SEC. They're now 2 games back, but I just feel like ever since that injury happened, they're not playing at the level they're playing at. Yeah, injuries. Yeah. But shout out to Porter Moser. That's a huge road win. They're in last place. And they beat the team that has been in first place probably the majority of the season. So, yeah, game ball Sooners. They're 12 and 12. Can they make a push? Can they make a push to get there?
I'm hoping that they don't, but
I agree.
maybe.
But I'm just saying, if you're a Sooner fan listening, you're thinking you're 12 and 12.
They've got some wins on the schedule. I think Georgia at home is winnable. I think A&M at home is gettable. I don't think they will be favored. I think Auburn at home is once again gettable. It's more of a 50-50 game. They can go on the road and knock off LSU possibly. At home against Missouri is gettable, and at Texas you could maybe get their revenge, but
they got at Tennessee there, which they'll probably lose. But
no chance.
Yeah. But I mean, the schedule is kind of favorable down the stretch, man.
Yep.
Shout out to Porter Moser and the Sooners for a big road dub.
I do think on the other side of that game, the losing end of it, they lost by 1. Tyler Tanner, dude, he goes for 37, 9 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, and 3 boards.
5 steals. God damn,
dude. He's been playing out of his mind this year, and they've lost Frankie Collins and Duke Miles, like the 2 guys that have supported him in that backcourt. And it's been the Tyler Tanner show. He hasn't skipped a beat, dude. in this like 5 or 6 game stretch where they haven't had both Miles and Frankie. They've been without Frankie much longer. He's been unbelievable. He's one of the more under the radar stars in the game right now at the national level.
Yeah. And shout out to the chat. We had Dennis Carter saying, I usually listen to you guys when I'm working. This is the first time listening live. Appreciate you, Dennis. Matt Dix, Jerry Davis, Mad Dog giving us $5. He says game ball Marquette. I didn't have that on my list of game balls, but sure. Bieniek, fire back. Do you want to and feel free to stay in the SEC or go wherever, but I'm saying I just, since you were talking SEC and Florida A&M, I thought it was fitting to talk Oklahoma and Vandy, and I know there's a couple other big ones that happened in the conference today.
Yeah, I'll go outside of it though. I like to tip my cap to teams that proved me wrong, where I bet against them and they go in and like they win, or they win and cover impressively. I'm gonna begin that little run of teams. Give me Boise State. Give them.
Oh, that was on my list.
I
bet New Mexico. I fucking bet New Mexico too.
Dude, it was a golden spot for New Mexico after getting blown up by 20 in the pit. I'm like, dude, they're not losing this game. They lost 91-90. Absolute thriller of a matchup here. A little bit of a comeback from Boise as well late in this. But, dude, so Dylan Andrews had an outstanding game, one of his best of the season. Drills 5 huge threes in this, goes a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line. But also just going in and getting the job done in the pit is such a hard task. Putting up 91 points is unheard of.
Yeah.
Like the fact that New Mexico has dropped 2 duds in a row and given up almost 90 in both is a little concerning to me. But I think this was just such a fantastic game. I had to give one to the Broncos here. They shot 15 of 35. Yeah, they shot 15 of 35 from 3 and 26 of 27 from the free throw line as a team. They were just on fire.
Yeah, and they completed a sweep against New Mexico, which was surprising, I think, a little bit. But Boise 4 games out of first. Utah State and San Diego State tied up at first. New Mexico and Nevada 2 games back. Yeah. The Antelopes of Grand Canyon 2.5 games back before we get to Boise. I agree with you.
This is a talk show. It's a podcast, and there's only 2 people on it. If you can see here as you're watching live on YouTube, watching us.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk. That's the job.
Yeah.
So if you're not a fan, just get up and go. I mean, Mac's not coming in tonight, so.
Yeah, we like talking ball, so we're not gonna run from that. Hang on. Ryan Glover says, Dundee, how was the VCU game experience? Well, it was fucking blowout. Credit, like I bet Dayton plus 7.5, so that was not good. But that stadium is great. I highly recommend it. The fan base dialed in. You feel really connected, I would say, like within the city. And then there's not a bad seat in the house. Brian Sanders, I know, was there with us. That stadium is fantastic. The game day experience is fantastic. I see why Rothstein, puts it on a pedestal. John Rothstein from CBS always says it's one of the better stadium experiences. And I agree now that I've been. So shout out to the Rams and shout out to the Boise State Broncos. They're a strange team, man. And shout out to Leonardo giving us $20. Love the channel, bro. Do you guys pull all-nighters every night? Pretty much. How about NDSU to the Mountain West for football? Pretty epic. We will be talking about that on this week's football show. We're doing. It was already designed to be a Group of 5 coaching episode, but we'll hit with that and potentially Sacramento State to either the Mountain West or the MAC, which I think is on the verge of happening as well.
Yeah. I'll just say this too, because I won't be on that show. I think it's hilarious and also a good thing that James Madison kind of knocked that door down. The former FCS team got into the FBS college football playoff. And North Dakota State's like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
Yeah, connecting the dots. I even think it goes back because JMU probably saw Georgia Southern and App have the success that they had when they came up. And they were probably like, what the fuck are we doing? Now, granted, they didn't make the playoffs. There was a 14 playoff then, but they hit the ground running in the FBS. But like, go look at Georgia Southern and App State's success. And honestly, a few others, like even Liberty played in the Fiesta Bowl. Right, yeah. JMU had to be sitting there being like, "What the fuck? Liberty's in the Fiesta Bowl," but JMU is going to get a lot of the credit, and rightfully so because we have the 12-team playoff. They didn't have it before, but I think I asked this question directly to the people at the Mountain West and why are you not putting North Dakota State in here? Why are you not going after them? I also asked them why you're not going after Sacramento State. We'll see if they grab Sacramento State. I don't think they will personally, because I know there's some drama with them being a state school and Fresno State and San Diego State leaving. But I'm surprised South Dakota State is not involved a little bit. And I would expect
they may like come as a package deal, right? With North Dakota State, maybe.
They should, in my opinion. Like they play at a super elite level, and another one to watch. I wonder what this does to Montana and Montana State, because I think if you're looking around, you say, wait a second. Delaware, FCS Blue Blood, left. App State, FCS Blue Blood, left. Georgia Southern, FCS Blue Blood, left. JMU, North Dakota State, like Sac State was in the FCS, but I don't think they were a Blue Blood, but they were in the playoffs a lot of late. I wonder if that just puts pressure on them to say maybe it is that time. In my opinion, as much as I love the FCS, I didn't understand what. To me, the FBS should represent all 50 states. If you play football, it should be. And then like your second tier, at least you should at least have one school for every state, in my opinion. Yeah.
We've got a couple more tips here. Another one from Huizinga or Huizinga. Saying Missouri Valley is on fire. The Friday games were quite entertaining and threw a wrench into the conference standings once again. And then he says, let's keep Marquette our little secret. So were you on the Golden Eagles today?
I was, but I didn't actually bet that game. Uh-oh.
Can you see and hear me?
Yes, correct. Yes, I was on Marquette. I didn't bet it though. So, but I have bet them a couple times recently and cashed. They maybe have turned a corner and could be much more dangerous. And you know what? I'll jump to a game ball there in a second. Missouri Valley though, I think it's always it always delivers. Yeah.
My computer for whatever reason just bounced me from the call. I didn't lose connection or anything. It just exited me from the stream. And Marquette, speaking of the chat, I went and looked it up because they have been playing better ball lately. They haven't won or gone on this crazy streak. If you sort out or you grab a sample of their last 5 games on Torvik, and it like re-ranks teams based on the quality of play they've had in that sample size, Marquette's top 40 in the country.
Yeah. Can I address this for a second here? Jerry Davis, friend of the program. Boo ball for Ole Miss, leading by 3 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Can't cover 10.5. I completely agree. I was all over that. I'm like, how the fuck did we lose that game? But I want to say, Going back at that, yeah, Fleming's for Houston's a fucking baller. I agree. Yeah, going back to what he was talking about, I'm going to stay in the Big East because there was a crazy.
Hold on, there's another one too.
Okay, get to it.
Chat's rolling
yeah.
along. Justin
$5.
Christensen.
Appreciate the college experience. One of the best shows on YouTube. You're looking live. Thank you, Justin Christensen, man. You are the man, brother. We appreciate you coming in here, man. So thank you. Did you see, like, all right, I was actually kind of upset. I didn't bet this game, but I want Seton Hall to make the tournament.
Oh my god, dude. No, they're done. They've shat the bed. They fucked it up.
This was an epic,
man.
This was an epic collapse.
No, this can't happen, man. This can't.
They had a 10-point lead. I want to say at the 1 minute and 20-second mark, maybe something right around there. Creighton hits a buzzer beater to win 69-68. They go on an 11-1 run to end the game. Missed free throws. Couldn't get, like, just everything that you could think of. Like, this was going to be such a big win for them on the road at one of the harder places in the Big East to win on the road. I think you're right. I think they're done. Stick a fork in them right here.
They're so done. They're 6-7 in a bad league right now. The Big East is not good this year, and they have 7 losses. They're done. It's unfortunate because they had such a good November and December. Once the calendar turned, they've sucked.
They're going to need to run the table in the Big East tournament. They're going to need to do that. And I don't think they can, but
you know what?
Man.
I think no. I'm going to push back. I think they can. We saw in Maui that they can put together or string together 3 good performances in a row. They didn't knock off USC technically, but they should have won that damn game.
Should have. Terrible call.
So I think they can win 3 in a row in the Big East tournament. Dude,
Creighton fans were hilarious here. Great. Just college basketball is the fucking best. It's hard to do this show thinking like to a certain extent by just the crowds throughout they were honoring Bob Cousy at Holy Cross today. They put it Bob Cousy court. He was there. Place was fucking lit. Portland, after that win against Gonzaga, that place was lit. They win at the buzzer. Like, it's just a beautiful thing to watch from coast to coast.
Yeah,
all these great environments. Yeah.
Can I parlay that point on Portland too, by the way? Like, Shante Leggins and, the Pilots have kind of been stagnant in his tenure. That's kind of the momentum that you need, man. Knocking off a team like in a program like Gonzaga at home on your home floor.
In the final time they get Gonzaga too.
Yeah. It gets the fan base and the student body excited. Like, those that were there because Gonzaga is going to attract. Those that were there were like, oh shit, like we have a basketball team that's competitive this year. That was really fun. I'm gonna go again on Saturday. They had a lot of students there again today. Like the crowd wasn't, packed. The baselines were totally empty, but the
I thought it was better than the Gonzaga. I thought they packed it more than the Gonzaga game.
No,
you don't think so?
No, they were guarding some angles 1,000%. The baselines were empty. There were bleachers.
But I'm saying the Gonzaga game had definitely had some big empty spots.
Oh my god, dude! There was like 3 people in one of these sets of bleachers behind the net today.
Yeah,
but the student body was there in strong numbers and was loud again today, and that's the kind of momentum because you can't drop the game right when you suck people in and they're like, hey, I'll give them an opportunity here. That was a really fun experience against Gonzaga. I want to go see another game. If you drop a game like that today, then it's like, okay, it kind of kills the momentum. It was just a one-time thing. We got up. Now you can kind of start building a little bit of something here at Portland. And with Gonzaga leaving the WCC, it kind of opens up a door of opportunity. I'm not going to say that Portland's one of the teams that I think will step into being a contender in the WCC, but I think they've got a chance to build something. That's the entire point.
Me and NC Nick were talking about that on our drive up. We're just talking college sports, really, like we always do, and our whole life. And we're like, how much is it gonna? First, with Gonzaga leaving for the Pac-12 next year, and the rev sharing, we highlight the Big East all the time. The WCC is going to have this for a lot of schools where they're going to be throwing I would assume, all their majority of their money into basketball since it's their only revenue sport. And what's the impact that could have on this conference and these teams? And by the way, I do want to hit on their stadium. Portland plays at the Childs Center there, the Childs Center there, whatever the fuck it's called. I think it's Childs. Portland's enrollment is only 3,200 students. So the stadium is much bigger than their enrollment.
Yeah.
So to be fair, like you're gonna have to get some people off the streets. But I'm curious your thoughts, and yeah, I got to watch the end of the Johnny's game, Daniel Katie. I didn't catch the beginning or anything. We were at the game, but I caught like the final 5 minutes or final 3 minutes or something. But I'm curious your thoughts, Bieniek, on the lasting impact. Can the WCC become kind of like, even without Gonzaga, with them being, you would think St. Mary's in San Francisco, Santa Clara would have that leg up, but to me, just being able to throw all that money in there. I was reading Penn State's, the way that they so they filed their taxes. So let me quickly grab this. Penn State, though, I do believe they were spending, where the fuck is this? They only, so yeah.
What came out today on Penn State?
Yeah, on their NIL.
Oh.
So football spends $13.4 million. Basketball gets a flat $3 million. Wrestling, $1.5 million. Baseball, $300,000. Women's basketball, $110,000. Hockey, $95,000. Lacrosse, $50,000. Tennis, $10,000. Volleyball, $10,000. And that's what they reported. And I thought, man, I was like, these Big East schools, specifically Big East, but WCC or any of these other schools, maybe in the Summit League or whatever, that have, there's some teams out there, the Big West, that don't play football.
Yeah,
they're going to be throwing a lot bigger stake than, say, Penn State is at basketball.
Yeah, the Big West is much more of a tradition-rich baseball conference, and this is like a huge talking topic nationally in the baseball streets. But basketball, I can definitely see like where you're going. WCC's got quite a few small private schools that are basketball first, just like the Big East does. Big East has a little bit more size to some of those private schools, but at the same time, like I definitely think that we're going to see a lot more commitment of money from the revenue.
Well, if they're opting into the rev share, where's that money going to go? They have to, right? So
what I learned actually is that they do not have to spend the $20.5 million. You just get to be able to spend $20.5 million. So you could opt into rev share and only spend $5 million.
Fair, and they probably will have schools doing that. I just think also, that I think
because like a school like Bakersfield is not investing, man. So they opted in, but they're not putting money into. Athletics.
I remember interviewing Coach Victor of Seattle in Vegas for media days.
Yeah.
And he said like one of their game plans, they were in the WCC like 50 years ago, right? And that was a heartbreaking loss today by them. But he said that it's been their game plan since he's been there to get back to the WCC. And he even kind of hinted at this. He didn't spell it out, but he said, moving forward, rev share, we're back where we wanted to be. We have this blueprint of turning us into, we're trying to copy Gonzaga's. And I think they're one to watch over the next couple of years, because if they've had this planned out to get back here and kind of hinted at, like, we're going to be throwing some major money into the basketball program soon. So,
I was really high on that team on paper coming into the year. It kind of let me down. So I don't know if they'll have me on the wagon with Victor.
Terrible box out tonight. Terrible box out 2 times.
They have a Gonzaga transfer on that roster that's experienced. Like, there's no excuses to have this bad of a year, in my opinion, in the WCC.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to game balls. But before we get to game balls, actually, should we wait for this? We should wait.
I mean, we do have quite a bit of ways to go in the game balls. So I
right,
was thinking to myself, maybe we should wait, but if you want to hit it.
Let's just go. Look, I want to tell you, we're brought to you by Kalshi. Kalshi is a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Yes, Kalshi has a ton of trading options for the big game, including sides, totals, props, halftime performance. Besides sports, I got a ton of other markets, including politics, entertainment, hell, even the weather. It's Kalshi. You can trade anything over there. New Kalshi customers get $20 when you use the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is the #1 social sportsbook and casino out there, available in 35 different states, 35 plus different states, Texas and California. Hello. Get in on the action with Rebet, plus get 100% purchase match when you or up to $100 when you use the promo code SGPN. That's Rebet, promo code SGPN. All right, we are back, and I'm still working on this Woodford. All right, this Woodford reserve. I do like Evan Williams though. Yeah, so it's on you because I'm giving Creighton the game ball because man, that was such a fun fucking game.
We've got another detour to take too. This is a good one from Parlay P.
Giving us $5 is Liberal Mac outside pushing his DEI agenda.
I heard
something like that.
I heard that, or I shouldn't even say just me. The entire podcast audience last night heard that he was talking to a Latina for most of the night.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I told him, I said, look, man, you need to get yourself one. She might throw a microwave at you, but she got your back forever. All right. Experience that. He was hilarious though. He was, I guess Hugs had given him this West Virginia leather jacket that looks like Rudy, but it's West Virginia. You know, like how the Notre Dame patch?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we were fucking with him the whole night. When we were like me and my buddies, we were Rudiger, get in the game. Rudiger, get in the game.
Fantastic.
You're 5 feet nothing. 110 and nothing. And you're hanging around in the best bar in Richmond. Shout out to the Parlay Bar, by the way. Great fucking people. The owners were very nice to us and everything. And it's a pretty cool bar. You can go there. They got it's just like sports themed, and and next to it, which is part of their own shit, is a sports memorabilia and card shop. They gave us the tour of that. Super fucking cool. I can't believe how much some of these cards go for. But it's really cool. And I think if you're in the Richmond area, you should be checking out the Parlay Bar and the card shop. That's a part of it as well. If you Google that, you'll get it.
I believe Parlay, like the Parlay Bar, is a chain. Am I correct in saying that?
I don't think you're correct in saying that.
No,
this not this. Maybe there's one out there, but it's not this one. This is a Parlay Bar and Lounge in Richmond, Virginia, and they have a and let me get the name of the sports card place. They told me it. Gravo Sports Cards is right next to it. It's really cool too. All of it is connected, so you can go out, enjoy the game, have a few drinks. Hopefully, you bet the game coming into it. You come in. They got like the Top Golf shit going on. They got the so it's like it's not Top Golf, but I'm saying like they have a place where you can hit the golf, hit the
simulator.
golf ball shit. Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't sound like the one in Detroit or Columbus, but I believe it's called Parlay, and it's just a chain. But yeah, it sounds like it was a great experience, possibly even better than the chain Parlay. So
yeah, we got to do it again next year and have some people out, or maybe maybe even for baseball one year, maybe this year. Get you down there, buddy.
VCU's got to find a home field first.
They're working on one, right? Didn't I see the renderings? What was that? What was that video they did about their a future stadium?
Maybe they just got kicked out of the Flying Squirrel Stadium though.
Why did they get kicked out? Because they're doing they're getting the new one, huh?
I don't know it was just a headline that came across like 2 weeks ago. I don't know what's going on over there. I think they're working on a stadium baseball field, but I don't know. I don't know to be sure. There's not enough media coverage on it, to be fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, it's on you for the next game ball, buddy.
We will toss the. I mean, I went with Boise because I ate shit on a Nevada lock. I will go Kentucky because I ate shit on a Tennessee lock.
This is a good watch, dude.
Tennessee.
That shot almost went in.
They were up 14 at halftime. And this was a brutal collapse because it's not the first time they've done this against Kentucky this year. This is
swept Mark Pope getting the best of the Vols.
Yeah, the Bourbon Trail rivalry, and Kentucky gets the best of them. And I don't think this is like Kentucky, one of Kentucky's better years. Just saying it, but I thought Ament was fantastic tonight. But Kentucky made all of the plays in the second half that they need to, and were able to out execute the Vols down the stretch in this game to pull it out. So,
I mean, this is fascinating.
Are you looking at the box score?
Yes. Tennessee out rebounding Kentucky 46-31, including 19-7 on the offensive glass.
Brutal, man.
But you would think if you're going to out rebound that well, you're going to win the points in the paint because you're getting the offensive rebounds, right? Yeah. I mean, you got 19 offensive rebounds. Normally, a team that gets 19 offensive rebounds wins the fucking game.
Yeah, and can you mention Kentucky's shooting numbers? Like, how do you grab 19 offensive rebounds, like out rebound them on a glass total?
Better at the free throw line too.
Kentucky shoots as poor from three as they did. And
5 of 19 from three, also 13 of 22 from the free throw line. But hold on, points in the paint. You would think, though, you would win points in the paint, right, Bieniek? Because you've out-rebounded them so severely. Kentucky, 44 points in the paint. Tennessee, 24. What?
Dude, look at Kentucky's free throw shooting numbers, too. It's terrible. Like, don't look at the box score. Don't.
Unbelievable.
Dude, Kentucky went 13 of 22 from the free throw line. How does Tennessee lose this damn game? They were up 14 and a half.
Unfucking believable, man. Really unbelievable. Like I didn't even realize that was that much disparity on the rebounding. Like I watched the game, but I didn't realize that it was that much of a.
Well, the second half, Kentucky outplayed them. They out executed them, made all the right plays down the stretch. They were able to close that gap, and once it got into a competitive game, they were able to, slowly just creep into it. I mean, this was another one that was very similar to Duke, North Carolina. Kentucky had absolutely no business winning this game. I don't think they led for very much at all. Yeah, they pulled it out of their ass.
I will take it to. Let's go to the group of five or the mid-major route. I'm just gonna go to the Big West as a Big West specialist. I did bet UC Santa Barbara today. I know they lost the other day to Davis. Yeah, no. They lost to Davis. Yeah, but huge win at the Thunderdome here, which over UC Irvine, and it knocks Hawaii is currently in first place, Bieniek. By Hawaii, Hawaii won the night, right? They did. They won by 5. Okay. Yeah. So now it's very interesting. So you have it Hawaii and Irvine have a half game lead on Santa Barbara. Davis is a game and a half back. Northridge is a game and a half back. Fullerton not out of it either. 2.5 games out. I love this conference. It's near and dear to my heart, but I truly believe, because the Gauchos now have beaten all of the top teams except Davis. The teams in front of them, Irvine and Hawaii, they've I think they're 2-0 against here. Davis did sweep them though, I believe. So, but game ball to Santa Barbara. I feel like in the preseason we thought they were the team to beat in this conference, or at least I did with the money they were spending. They still do have road trips to Irvine and Hawaii. It should be noted. But game ball to the Gauchos, taking care of home court there at the Thunderdome.
Yeah, I've ate a little bit of shit with predicting that UC Irvine would maintain their success with the development within the program at that Russell Turner's had a lot of success with. But no, like I think they've looked probably more consistent than UCSB. I think UC Santa Barbara's best outputs are better than what UCI can give you on most nights. And I think that Hawaii has looked the best throughout the entire season out of the three. I think it'll be really interesting down the stretch between these three teams. But when you have a Mahaney night like you did tonight, like this kid's been so inconsistent for UCSB this year, but shot well, was 7-12 from the floor and hit a couple of threes, and was a big contributor for him in this game, and that's what they paid for when you're paying.
I think Hawaii's been the best team in the season thus far, but I would say over the past couple of weeks, I think Santa Barbara is the best team. Hawaii on the road, we'll see. It's close though. You're right. The best Hawaii team we've seen in a while. Irvine, I should note this though. Don't count them out yet because I like I think they between them, Hawaii and Santa Barbara, I like Irvine's schedule the best remaining. Their only road trips at Cal Poly, at the Pyramid rivalry game against Long Beach, at Northridge. Those are their only road games left. And the home games, Fullerton, UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara, Cal Poly, and Davis, you would think they'd be favored in all of those. So
I kind of like Hawaii's a little bit better. Look at Hawaii's schedule. So Hawaii's already played Irvine twice. They've gotten that out of the way, and they've already played Barbara once, and it was on the road. And I mean, Hawaii's lost 3 games in conference. They're all on the road. That's when you can get Hawaii, is when they have the massive travel disadvantage, right? So they have 2 more road trips total. It's Bakersfield and CSUN. I think CSUN's the dangerous one there on the second leg of the road trip. Bakersfield, you should be able to handle. And then, so that's coming up this weekend. And then the other road trip is Davis Fullerton. Davis is tough. That's first leg. I think they can lose that.
I think
they handle
tough.
Fullerton.
I don't know. I mean, I see. I think when I look at the road schedule, I see at Bakersfield on that fucked up court, right? Then at Northridge, at Davis, at Fullerton. I think that's 3 tough games out of 4. I think Fullerton's good enough this year to bite you, right? Bakersfield, they're weird on that court, but that should be a win for Hawaii, right? It's gonna be interesting. And then I think the home games are dangerous too. Like not Riverside, but the Santa Barbara and Cal Poly games I think could be tricky.
Yeah, the Barbara one's the one that I circle on the slate that's left, and I say, okay, that's a tough game. But I circle more games as like tough, like this is a top team in the league on the other 2 schedules, I think.
But dude, Northridge is right there with them. They're 1 game back. Yeah, and Davis is too. So two of those. Fullerton's only 2.5 games back.
Well, it's a quality league. I mean, I'm just like, which of these teams play each other more? Like Hawaii's only got 1 game left against Irvine and Santa Barbara combined. Was my kind of thought process there, but and two more road trips. Anything else on Barbara knocking off Irvine by 5?
Fire away. I like doing this, man. I know the game balls, and I know we tried to get through this, but I just love the sport. So it's like talking about these conference races. We could just do this for fucking hours. So yeah. Anyway, fire away, bro.
I had mine that I wanted to. Oh yeah, it's so I'll take you to my money line play of the day. Central Arkansas winning 86-78 over Lipscomb.
Bro, this is one of the best stories in the fucking sport right now. I bet Lipscomb. I bet Lipscomb. I put a decent amount on Lipscomb. Yeah.
Went into Nashville and just controlled this game from the tip and dominated. They were up by, I think it was like 25 at one point. This was not on television. There was quite a few games and Olympics on. It's a tough time of the year for me personally as just a sports fan. But just looking at the box score, Cam Hunter had another fantastic game, went for 32-7. And then Cole McCormick off the bench dropped 21. They were up by 19 was their biggest lead. They just totally dictated this game against Lipscomb, who was, tied with them in the conference standings coming into it.
So hold on. I'm just looking at this conference race right now. So I probably like this one blew. First off, I've been on Central Arkansas has been a darling of mine all year, but I just thought, man, Lipscomb after the rivalry loss, they got swept, right? I was like, this is the time that they're gonna get the boys together. No, Central Arkansas is 1.5 games back, and they still play Austin Peay. They'll have a shot to narrow the gap here, but this story is incredible, dude.
Yes.
Yes. It's just they've won 8 of 10, right? 9 of 10. They've won 9 of 10. I mean, that right there alone is just what? They were terrible. Remember how bad they were a couple years ago? Yes. It's a great story. It is a great fucking story. I thought Lipscomb was going to drill them. Lipscomb's in 4th place right now, Bieniek. Queens. This is a top heavy conference. Like you look at the other teams, I think they're dog shit. But Austin Peay, Central Arkansas, Queens, Lipscomb. I'm pretty sold on those 4 being decent basketball teams. But I'm shocked that Lipscomb's lost both in a row. Austin Peay has won 6 in a row. Central Arkansas has won 7 or 8 in a row.
If we're talking strictly, which mid-major coaches have done the best job this year? 2 of the top 5 are John Schulman and Jeremy Schulman. Do you know they're related?
I don't think I did.
So John is Jeremy's uncle.
No shit.
Yeah. And these guys are, dude, Central Arkansas has sucked. They've sucked for a while. And UT Martin has had some down years, but I think they're, set up for success a little bit better than UCA, but still, like, both of these programs have not had good success recently. And these are hell of coaching jobs. Like, Central Arkansas has now won 7 in a row, and UT Martin is in 1st place in the OVC.
I just want people to realize how bad they were. They won 9 games the past 3 years. Each year. 9 and 24, 9 and 23, 9 and 22. They won 5 games in a season to start the 2000s. 5 and 19. They got a shot. What's their record right now? So they're what did I think 14 and 10 or 13 and 10, one of the two. They're gonna have a shot to have the best season, honestly, ever. They could do this. For them.
Ever.
For their you got to remember they were in a different subdivision before. But their best year ever is 18 and 17.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna if they can stay hot, they should accomplish this.
And I kind of parlayed the 2 Schulmans together here. So I went and looked up Jeremy as you were pulling up John's resume compared to UCA's history, compared to UT Martin's history. Now, Ryan Ritter was their last coach, and he was heading in the right direction. 10 wins, 14 wins his last 2 years, but no conference titles, no NCAA tournament appearances. The last time the Skyhawks were dancing was 2009. Outside of Ritter, the last time that these guys were good goes back to 2009. Brett Campbell, his final year coaching the Skyhawks. Schulman's already passed the win total in conference play, and he's at 19 wins. That season, they had 22. This is going to be the best season in UT Martin's D1 history.
Me and Nick were talking about this as drive up the sport. As much as there's crazy shit with the Bediako stuff, and some people think, oh, there's so much money involved, like it wasn't involved before. Now it's just hitting different schools, and I find it to be very refreshing. You look at what's happening, whether it's Nebraska, whether it's Vandy, whether it's these schools, Miami, Ohio. It's awesome what's happening with the sport right now. And with that, Bieniek,
can I mention one last thing, dude? So John Schulman's 59. He's the uncle. So I'm just going to assume that he's older than Jeremy. And John has more experience. He's kind of been wearing a couple of different hats on the assistant ranks before, earning this job. This is his first D1 job at UCA. What if they aligned? What if John and Jeremy got onto the staff like the Hurleys and they took over like a high mid-major job, like a St. Louis if they replaced Shirts, or a Memphis? Like they're both in the backyards there. Yeah. And if they say like, hey, we are both having tremendous coaching jobs, let's go team up at this place. I think that's dangerous, man.
They would need a slight, but these egos on these coaches, though, even if they're family, you would think. But that's a cool idea. If you come in with enough money.
Yeah. So John's from Johnson City, Tennessee. Memphis is a real possibility, possibly. I don't think that the Memphis is going to do it.
I think they'll go for a sexier higher,
but they're not going to stoop that low. But yeah.
Hold on, but so I want to stay in the mid-major ranks. I just talked about the best stories in the sport. Miami, Ohio, the Redskins. Like this team, I had Marshall today. I know Marshall at home over the past, really since like D'Antoni went into Huntington, had been a pretty fire team at home. I'm starting to believe Mac is right, Bieniek. After watching UMass today.
No.
I think UMass is going to be the one to ruin their season. But right now, I'm giving Miami, Ohio another game ball.
Ridiculous. I think that sounds.
They're 20. What are they? 24 now or 23-0 now? 23-0?
24.
24 now. Wow. So they host Hawaii Friday. I'm sorry, Hawaii. They host Ohio on Friday, right? And then
Moneyline Mac.
Yeah, next Tuesday. I was looking at the logo and it's green, so I was like, okay, let me go for Hawaii here.
Dude, he did it again last night too. He did it again. He was like, he named some random city that like I think they're gonna go in and win, and it was nowhere near where the game was being played.
I mean, he was at the bar.
Chat, help me out and pull that up. I know I'm right, but I can't remember the city you mentioned in the game we were talking about.
Bieniek. They're gonna lose on the 17th of February.
Stop, please.
I will bet you. I will personally bet you. So 16-point win at Marshall is a fucking statement win, by the way. So look, we know they're not going to lose. You think they could lose in Ypsilanti on the 24th? Potentially, right? So there's a couple more potholes.
Yeah.
There's a couple more potholes, but they also have to go to Athens on March 6th. Game ball, though, Redskins. They do it again. Elmer's Glue had a big game there. 18 points, 9 boards, 3 steals, 1 block. Yeah.
Rob, their non-conference schedule is garbage. So it is what it is. If they run the table, I won't be upset. If they drop 2 or 3 and don't win the MAC tournament, then it's like it's on steel. I know nobody wants to schedule them. You got to do better than 363rd in the nation.
I think it's also hard to know, especially now that the portal. It's hard to know who the fuck you're playing. Well, like are they going to be good?
You schedule 3 non-D1s. It's pretty easy to know that those are garbage games.
Fair, but hear me out. Old Dominion is not normally as bad as this year's Old Dominion. UNC Greensboro is normally decent. They're trash this year, right?
Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah, well, they always suck. But Asheville is normally really good. I think they're down right now. I some of that I do think is just bad luck, and that doesn't even go for them. That goes for everyone doing this exercise, like with the portal. I mean, I know it, being it because I predict these things. Football and basketball, I feel like I am worse in the regular or in the preseason than I've ever been because you have no fucking idea which roster is going to be good, which roster is going to be bad. Because you're like, wait, they grabbed a backup here, a backup there. Can you watch tape on them? Not really, So, especially in football, in basketball, you can actually find some tape, but you don't know how that's going to translate to jumping up a level. Sometimes even a whole subdivision. So, you feel me?
Yeah, I do. 1,000%. I totally agree. Looking at preseason rosters, it's an absolute train wreck and almost an impossible job. But what is a possible job is scheduling. Like, there are ways to schedule good teams, even if
I don't. There's no
targeted.
excuses for the Pine Bluff and the D2 schools, right?
Yeah.
Or D3, whatever the fuck they are, right? And shout out to a tailgate report, by the way, who was at this game. And if you're not following a tailgate report on Twitter, you need to be. He was in Huntington, grabbed a burger at the famous Fat Patty's, and then took old Fat Patty to the backside of the building and gave her some of that special sauce. Go Redskins! Hey, dude, I know this guy. If you're not following a tailgate report, like, it's, to me, if you're a college sports fan, you should follow his account, because he's going to all these games. He's got these great fucking shirts. I got a chance. He was nice enough to invite me out for the FCS National Championship. Went out to Nashville. Great fucking time. Hell of a guy. So if you're in the area, you're going to one of the games, you see his shirts, you should get that selfie, right? Get that selfie and buy him a beer or something. I don't know. Anyway, Bieniek, anything else you want to say on the Redskins?
Nothing on the Redskins. I'm going to revisit my ex-Schulman coaching staff idea and the mid-major plus.
I like this.
So I know we've talked about this place used to be fucking lit, and it's just not anymore. Middle Tennessee. So they're 11-12 with one of the more talented teams that McDevitt's had. If they pull the plug, Jeremy Schulman's alum. He played at Middle Tennessee, and they're both from the state of Tennessee.
And that's a whole like sports thing. I feel like they have a gigantic enrollment. I went to a Middle Tennessee game at Johnny Red Floyd Stadium in football years ago, and Stockstill had that thing rolling. They were going to bowl games like every year. It was a good crowd. Now when you watch football, basketball, I don't know about baseball, but shit's been trashed. It's too big of a school. I get it. There's the Vols. The whole state seems to love the Vols or Memphis. But I still just think like your own school pride has got to be there. They're a gigantic fucking school. They're a true sleeping giant. Football and basketball, maybe even baseball. They're a sleeping, because baseball with Vandy and Tennessee there, it's a baseball state. They're a sleeping giant. I don't understand. They got they need a better athletic director, in my opinion, because like they botched a lot of shit lately. But yeah. Anyway, fire away. Next game ball.
Yeah, I didn't have this one prepared. Let's shoot over to. We already talked about this MAC Sunbelt, just results in general. We did that Coastal Carolina UMass. That's when we did that. Let's head over to. I don't know if it's game ball worthy. But it's a great, I think, conversation that could be had. I'm scrolling through this time slot, but let's do Villanova Georgetown. And
did you see Willard's post game?
Yes. That's exactly what I was gonna do.
That was great. That was
Dude,
great.
he's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing here.
That's great. Well, the ticket's like $10. I can't even blame them. Yeah.
No issue for Maryland fans to go in there and just start booing and jeering.
When a beer costs more than the tickets.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. You know,
So
he's complaining about Maryland fans showing up to the Georgetown crowd and shitting on him. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Yeah, I think it's great. It's college. That's college athletics. That's why we love it. Yeah,
it's a great move by Terps fans. It's an even better move by Willard because he won. He can talk shit again to the media and have no, blowback or anything, and just get the attention out of it that he wants, But I thought Villanova didn't play their A game and still was able to go on the road in the Big East. Georgetown's been playing really well right now. This was a lock battle between Mac and I last night. The Wildcats go in there, steal a victory. They shot 50% from the free throw line. Pedestrian defensive night. Georgetown, didn't shoot it well. I thought that they had every right to win this game. I thought they, kind of out hustled, out grinded Nova, and that's kind of Nova's game right now. It's not the most talented roster that I think Willard's going to have at Villanova, but they fit kind of his model. And Cooley and his boys outplayed him. Unfortunately, just didn't make enough shots to win that game.
I didn't get a ton of eyes on this one, but
highlights for me.
I would note that me and Nick, when we were driving up, we were talking about we were basically going through everything, like how many teams can actually win the national championship, and I think we came up with like fringe 8, right?
Okay.
And then we were doing teams that we think could make the Final Four. And we were shitting on the Big East by saying we think UConn can make the Final Four. Maybe St. John's, but I think we were kind of out on that, right?
Me too.
And Villanova came up. And we basically ended up being ultimately out on Villanova. But we hesitated. We hesitated, saying they're ahead of schedule. They're way better than I thought they would be. But because you see a lot of teams make the Final Four that no one has projected. You know what I mean? Even not. I'm not even talking mid majors. Like when Miami
we're talking
wins.
about like Final Four contenders and then a chance to make the Final Four. Those are two different things. Like if you could play well, win 4 straight games, you can get to the Final.
Well, that's
Four.
why I think Nova could be one of those teams. But I just Willard's been so bad in the tournaments. He's got that
build a little bit of
back.
momentum last year. So
yeah. But that's one that we hesitated on, and that's what I was wondering. But
and he kind of voluntarily bowed out of last year's tournament too.
Yeah, he was talking week. That's why the Maryland fans should show up.
Yeah,
he was talking to Villanova like 30 days prior.
I got nothing against Terps fans doing it. I thought that was
he in my opinion, he deserves that.
Yeah,
he deserves that. Anyway. That's a good game ball though. I didn't catch it, but I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay in the group of 5 or the mid-major ranks. I will take you to. This one kind of blew my mind here. There's a few outcomes that blew my mind today, but Hampton, the CAA. We've kind of hit on like this Hampton team. This is it's almost like I don't know what their athletic department plan was for when they joined the CAA, and it was a bigger slice of the pie, but they did not hit the ground running. But I hit on this the other night by saying they passed the eye test. Like this is the first year, because the first couple of years I was like, man, I don't even know if they belong in this conference. They're starting to really become something, man. I mean, William & Mary did go 1-15 from 3, but beating William & Mary, who was a contender that we still think is a contender, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I think they're solid. I've said that multiple times on the show.
Dude, Hampton is sitting there in the middle of the pack. They're 3 games out of the first place. This team passes the eye test, dude. Like I don't think they'll sniff winning the conference, but they're so much better than what they've been in years past. Give me a game ball to these Pirates. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think Ivan Thomas has done a really good coaching job at Hampton. And Colby, this is another one. Like, when was the last time Hampton was good? Like you have to probably go back a decade for the bed and breakfast. And Ivan Thomas has come in there, and the last 2 seasons have been, I think, a overachieved expectation. And I like William and Mary this year. They did not shoot it well tonight, like you mentioned. I think you said 1 for 15. So a little bit of a hangover after winning at UNCW.
Hampton, last year he did end up navigating a 17 and 16 season, which I think he can do again, if not more. Right? They're 12 and 13 right now. I don't know. They could. They also couldn't. But they haven't made the NCAA tournament since. I don't think they will this year. But I'm just saying since 2015. Obviously, the Steve Murfield, when they upset Iowa State and Jamal Tinsley, he's dancing, one of the greatest moments in March Madness history. But I just think that's a really good win. Like I think this William and Mary team's a legit contender. And who knows? Who knows if Hampton can get hot? We talked about it. Can you win a couple games? The CAA is all over the fucking place, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up.
All right, I'm going to go back to a game where I just ate shit. Not a whole lot to talk about, I don't think. I didn't watch a whole lot of it. It's a big rivalry game, though. South Dakota goes into Brookings and wins 68,
I watched it.
67.
And it was on my list. I wrote a list of 23 games.
Okay.
The only one we haven't hit on, I did not have the Nova Georgetown game in there, but that doesn't mean that's a bad answer. I did have this game on there.
I bet South Dakota State. I thought they would. So this was very similar to that New Mexico angle. New Mexico got drilled at the pit. South Dakota State lost by 15 here in Brookings. I was like, they're not losing again. They did. They did. So yeah, go ahead.
No, I watched this game and the ending, it was high drama because South Dakota State certainly had their chances and South Dakota gave them, they missed some free throws to let them even have another chance. But
which was the only free throws they missed all night. I'll say that.
Yeah. Fun watch. And these games mean so much. Like within the state, you could see the reaction right when they got the win. The whole team was running out to midcourt with them and meeting them, the whole bench and jumping around. So, I'm with you, man. Shout out to these Coyotes who had been traditionally trash on the road, by the way. That's a big road win there going into Brookings. They've won, and if anything, they've won what? They've won 3 straight road games, meaning they won at Omaha, at UMKC. Okay, no big deal. And at South Dakota State. But
even Omaha, like that one didn't move the needle. Like Omaha's basketball team is Creighton. So that one didn't move the needle a bunch for me, but this kind of makes me a little bit more hesitant to use that angle moving forward for the rest of the year. You look at it, like they'd lost like 7 straight road games to begin the year, not competitive in any of them really. This is their 3rd straight road game, to your point, and they've been all right this year. They have some life in the conference. They're 6-5 right now.
North Dakota State in first place currently in the Summit. St. Thomas, the Tommies, 1 game back. The Fighting Sioux of North Dakota, 2 games back, and then the Coyotes, 4 games back. So they are still in the mix down the stretch here.
In the mix for a bye.
I was a little surprised that North Dakota State in basketball is not coming to the Mountain West. I thought that would make a lot of sense.
Would have been one of the clear weaker programs, though.
But they still I think in what year was it that they won a couple games in the tournament? One of those years, North Dakota State, maybe 10, 15 years ago, they won a couple games in the tournament.
I don't remember North Dakota State's run. I remember South Dakota State had a run.
No, I think North Dakota State might have went further one year, right? Or the furthest of any of them in the tournament. I'm looking this up right now, but I was a little surprised by that. Yeah, they went deep one year. I mean, not super deep, but they went, 2013-14. They lost in the 3rd round. So they went to the Sweet 16. Right? Is that the 3rd round? They lost in the Sweet 16?
Round of 32.
They're round of 32.
But they won a game.
That team, look, they've made the tournament 4 times since 2008, man. They weren't in the they haven't been in the Division 1 but 20 years. I would not be surprised if they're eventually there. So, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's talk about the next one. I'm gonna just head down to a shit fest. Knowing you, there's a chance it's here. I don't think so though. But they were catching like 6 points. Coppin State wins by 18 at Delaware State.
I did not have that on there, but I did acknowledge this. That Delaware State is just that program, though. You have no fucking idea. Remember, they beat Longwood at Longwood, and then they lost
They have 2 wins in the MEAC. They've swept the Hornets.
Larry Stewart, baby. Get those dubs, buddy. Get those dubs. Nice. I'm gonna take you to you know what? Let's stay in that conference.
Okay.
Morgan State is a team we should really think about right now. Morgan State, who I called live, I think it was last year. They are in the middle of a 7-game win streak, Bieniek. Or is it a 6-game win streak? I think 7 of 8. They're hot right now. And if you look at what they did on the road, they beat Howard on the road. They beat Norfolk State on the road. They beat Coppin on the road. So this win streak is what? 4 of them are on the road at Delaware State as well. Yeah.
Yeah. To your point, they only have 2 more road games the rest of the season. Their final 4 games are all at home.
And they beat some of the better teams. So they're going to be, I mean, this team is hot right now. Shout out to Morgan State there in the MEAC. Currently in first place, Central with Lavelle Moton 1 game back. Howard also 1 game back. And then Eric Martin in South Carolina State 1.5 games back. And they beat Maryland Eastern Shore today, who just a week ago was in first place. Now the Hawks find themselves 2 games back with Norfolk State. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are I'm impressed. I think they're playing really good ball, and they've knocked off some of the better teams in the league already. You good to
next.
You good to move on? So we will go to another team that was I think this was a pick 'em. I think you were able to find them as +1. You were able to find them as -1. Either way, it was a 50-50 coin flip type of game. Jacksonville State whooped Kennesaw State's ass today. They beat them by 19. They're
Harper's hot right now too, dude. They've turned a corner.
Ray Harper's bunch has won 5 of the last 6. And yeah, Kennesaw State was rolling coming into this, winning 6 of the last 8 in 2 in a row. I thought this was one of the more impressive outputs of the entire day.
Yes, I must admit that that was a pretty surprising outcome right there. Where are they at in the standings right now? I'm pulling it up right now. Second place, but they're still 4 games back, so they're pretty much locked into second place. For,
it's Liberty's league,
but they could be a dangerous team in the tournament. The CUSA tournament there. Them and
what
Sam
have they
Houston.
done against Liberty this year? Do you have it in front of you?
I do have it in front of me. So they play the Flaming Libs on the 28th of February in Jacksonville. That's a nationally televised game. They lost by 9 at Liberty back on January 4th.
They could put up a fight, but
yeah,
one win there doesn't really change a whole lot in the race.
Yeah, they need Liberty. Now, let me look at Liberty. Liberty would have to drop some games. It almost happened.
3 or 4.
It almost happened today.
It's not happening, though.
Damn, Liberty hasn't lost since December 10th against NC State. And
they got their ass kicked that game, too, so they just responded.
Yeah, I don't think it's really happening. I'm looking at this. It's like...
Because also you have to have Jack State win out, and it's not... That's not happening.
I don't think it's happening.
So.
I don't think it's happening. So the Flaming Libs are going to get the 1 seed. But shout out to Jacksonville State. In similar vein, I will go to actually. I have a few mid majors here that are noted, and I'm going to take you to Eastern Washington. It's a team that I've shit on a few times this year. they just completed the Montana road sweep. I kind of think Montana State. Yeah, I'm like, what? Like, I if like gun to my head. I know we've talked a lot about Northern Colorado, who I cashed on again today, being the best value team in this conference. But I also think like if you had asked me like 3 weeks ago, I would say I think Montana and Montana State are in the mix for the best team in the conference, and they still are. They're 2.5. Both are 2.5. Portland State's got 2.5 game lead on everybody, but Montana and Montana State, I think we respect their programs within the Big Sky. Eastern Washington just goes on the road and wins both on the road at both these places. I'm giving them a game ball. Munson's got these boys playing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of a road trip.
Yeah. I bet against them both times too. Both times, just making me eat shit. Yeah.
I think I was lucky enough to not bet them today, but I definitely took the L against them with Montana because they swept Montana. They beat Montana in both games this year.
Who is this E-Dub team, dude? They're a strange fucking team, man. They're a strange team. Like you look at this team, they have some like they almost knocked off UCLA at UCLA. It was like a tie game with like a minute left, right? They took North Texas to overtime. They have games where you look at this, you say, damn, they're not that bad. And then you look at and you're like, yeah, they are that bad. Like they have some blunders where you're just like, how did they lose that? And how they lose it by that amount? Shout out to E-Dub and Coach Munson. Next.
Okay, I'll take you to the game that smelled like dumpster. I don't know what else to say. It smelled really bad, and a dog won by 20, and it came out of nowhere. Who the hell replaced the Mercer team that we saw all season long with the Mercer team that we just saw this weekend, losing 2 straight to Chattanooga and Samford, and Mercer didn't even cross 50 today. Samford takes them to the woodshed, 69-49 victory. Somehow they were only getting a 1.5. That's fishy. Mercer showed up with no life today, but credit to Samford.
Yeah, Faulkner for them, 16 points, 12 boards, 2 steals.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, but between them and the Citadel one today, dude, at Chattanooga, like the wacky SoCon this year, which I think is incredibly down right now, but ETSU in first place, Wofford 1 game back, Furman 2.5 games back. But now, like you look at this, Samford's 4 games out. I actually do believe you could have carnage. Now, I do believe ETSU is the best team in this conference. I think that'll probably shake out that way. But the SoCon's so wacky this year because Western swept ETSU.
Yeah.
That I can still see a team rising
Mercer
up.
coming into this weekend as the best team. And I'm out. Like, this team has been so bad in this game.
Well, they're only 3 games out though. Like I mean, hear me out. I mean, like ETSU still has to play at Furman, at Mercer, at Greensboro.
Final game of the year.
Like, yeah. Like you still have. I mean, they're probably going to win at Greensboro, but I'm saying there still could be. Let them have a blemish again in a rivalry game against Chattanooga or Samford catches them or something. They're still the SoCon's been wacky this year. I'll tell you that. I mean, here's how you know it. Western has swept the number 1 team. Western Carolina, who's in second to last place, has swept the team in first place. So, something to note there. Let's stay in the what number are we on, by the way?
I've lost track, but I feel like we're in a good rhythm, talking ball, enjoying it. I'm good to keep going until we just kind of run out of quality games to talk about.
I only have like a few more on my list. Like I think I have.
So how many have I named that weren't on your list? Is it 2?
That one was not on my list. I think it's 3 now because I didn't have the Jack State game either. So Villanova, Jack State, and this one. I have 9 more on my list. I'm going to take you to the Patriot League, where the Navy midshipmen are an incredible story. This is the best. They're 11-1 in conference, and I personally thought I was on these airwaves like 2 weeks ago, when America beat them. I took them on the money line against Navy, and AU beat them. And I said Colgate and American will be the conference championship because Navy's good, but they lack the athletes. Well, they flushed the toilet on old Pick Dundee because since then, Navy hasn't lost. They're on a 7-game win streak. And then AU has been trashed. They've lost 4 straight. Huge win, though, because you lost the first one. The midshipmen take down. And look, I bet American plus the points, they cover that number as well. They win by 9. The line was like 7. It closed at I think 5. But when I bet it was 7. Great win for Navy. Because now you're looking at this schedule. Where the hell are the? I know they got to go at Army.
Colgate,
I guess
one more.
Yeah, but at Army, I guess rivalry game. Who the fuck knows?
True.
But they still have to play Colgate twice, but only one.
Twice.
Obviously one on the road. Yes, the 20. They got to go. They end the season hosting Colgate as well. But Bieniek, you've been high on these midshipmen. Talk.
Very high, very high. Daniel giving me the credit. And called this one in the preseason hard. And yeah, we went back at it today. I locked up Navy, battled you and Mac, who took our American there. And yeah, I think they're a very experienced squad. They have shots and they have a star in Benini. And I think it's good enough in the Patriot League to win you most games, most nights. And that was more of a going back in on the cocktail napkin type of game because Americans have not been playing their best ball lately, just been scuffling a little bit. So,
yeah. Why don't you give away one more and then I'll just rattle off mine and then we can jump into tomorrow's. Unless you want to do 2 more, I don't know.
I neither one of these. I want it on record. I don't think either. Actually, I don't think this one deserves a game ball at all, but it needs to be talked about because it was a highlight that went viral today. And did you see the final play in Indiana, Wisconsin?
I saw the final 2 plays that were very questionable. Very, very, very questionable.
I thought that was good defense on Wisconsin's part.
I didn't like the offensive foul even on the possession before. To tell you, I mean, I get that maybe because he extends his arm that you can call that, but
they just don't call that often. Is why you don't like it. But I think I can understand that being called.
Yeah. But the final call towards the basket,
that was very much an assembly hall whistle, man. That overtime.
I know Greg Gard in his post game presser was going after it. Saying, I don't care if they find. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough L for Wisconsin. That's a tough L. I actually think they got fucked probably the most today of anybody. I mean, maybe Seton Hall. Them or Seton Hall. I feel like you're just like you want to vomit. If you're a fan of Wisconsin or Seton Hall today, you want to vomit. Yeah, that's a good one there. Shout out to Tailgate Report giving us $10.
It's not a good game ball.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
it was not a good game ball.
It was topical though. It's a horrible.
It needed to be mentioned.
Yeah. Gentlemen, we're exactly 1 month out until we awake to our first official conference champion. Question: with the Skyhawks taking a loss and SEMO coming on strong lately, what's your OVC title matchup?
So. You also have to know the bracket too, which it's very favorable to the top seeds because it's the ladder like quadruple bye format, and I think that UT Martin is the best team in the league. Therefore, they're probably going to be sitting there in the semifinals, and then there's going to be chaos because this league always has chaos, and that's why I think it's a perfect league for the ladder format. So they're probably going to see a team that's playing their second or third straight game.
I have no idea. I think Martin's the best team, but I have no idea if they're going to end up in the 1 or 2 seed because they have a 1-game lead, and they have look at the schedule.
I think Daniel has the chalky answer. I think these are your 2 best teams. SEMO's playing well right now, and they under Corn have won in the postseason a couple of times. So I wouldn't rule the Red Hawks out at all.
I mean. I have zero confidence in both these teams being the teams with the buys. Like, I think Martin is going to get there. but I just some of their losses have been so like unbelievable to me. Like Tennessee State stuck it to them. They've been all over the place. Southern, like they got drilled by Southern Miss, right? Like, I
They
think
got drilled by SEMO.
yeah. I mean, like, well, right now the race is Martin is in 1, SEMO's in 2, but SEMO's tied with Tennessee State, right? So Tennessee State's right there. SIU Edwardsville's 2 games back. Lindenwood's 2 games back. Morehead State's 2 games back, right?
Lindenwood's been my favorite team in the league. I think Martin's also been my favorite / best. That would be my final, I think, because I like Lindenwood's guards. I think they have one of the better backcourts, if not the best, in the OVC. That's been a take that I've had for a while too. So give me the Lions and the Skyhawks. Skyhawks win.
That's what I'm saying. I just because look at the upcoming schedule for the Skyhawks. They are they head to Lindenwood on Thursday.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, this is tough.
Then they're at Edwardsville, who's also 2 games back on the following Tuesday. And then they're at Little Rock, who is, the middle of the pack team, like the best of the rest, right?
They have a game lead, but that's not going to last long.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how much I trust this shit. You know what I mean? Tennessee State, like, I think Martin is the best team in the conference, but SEMO's been a fun watch too, though, man. I watched them today some. So, yeah, I don't know. I think so. Gun to my head right now. I'm going to take Tennessee State and UT Martin as the buys. You're on Lindenwood and UT Martin, right?
Yep.
So there we go.
Not as the teams that lock up buys.
Oh, you think it will go chalk?
Yeah, I think Tailgate Report asked like who's going to play in the championship game.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Okay. So I'll take Tennessee State. Tennessee State, UT Martin in the championship game.
Yeah, I think it's not the smartest idea of both of. Mac would probably say SEMO because he likes going with the history and the coaches that win in March.
I think he likes SIU too.
Yeah, I think SEMO is a good pick, and neither of us are going to do it because I'm going to go Martin over Lindenwood as my OVC championship prediction too.
Yeah, I should note that it's not been one of my stronger conferences of the season. So I have been good on UT Martin for the most part, though.
I feel indifferent. I don't think I've crushed it. I don't think it's been one of my worst leagues. So
yeah. Fun stuff there. So I'm just gonna rattle off some that I think are worthy, and then we can jump. Well, actually, let me tell you first that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog has you covered for the big game tomorrow. Choose a player and reveal whether you've unlocked a gimme pick, followed by a boost builder tied to the big game. Underdog is celebrating by hooking players up with the bigger boost. They just submitted a boosted entry to unlock an even bigger boost to the next one, all the way up to 60%. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get $75 of bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPA. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm has been crushing it this NFL postseason yet again. 22-12 on pass reception. I'm sorry, on reception props. 2-0 in interception props. Super easy to sign up. Run predictions off the house model, or you can make your own and mess around with those sliders. Looking to go premium? Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% of your first month. That's Rhythm, RITHMM. Download Rhythm. Use that promo code SGPN25. All right, so I jotted some down, and if you have some, feel free to but I don't think we need to do deep analysis.
Sorry, it's on mute.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Nate Oates in Alabama, I think, should be mentioned. They win the Iron Bowl on the hardwood in the jungle. Some shit talk after the game too, just like any good rivalry game should have. But I think Alabama should be mentioned in this vein. I also think we should mention Southern Miss just beat Kent State. What? That's a horrible loss for Kent State. That was a shocker to me. Your thoughts on?
I got nothing on that game. I could maybe give you something on Alabama Auburn. If you're Auburn, I thought that was your spot. you lose the game against Tennessee and, Stephen Pearl's alma mater. You come home, play the rival, place is on fire. They're giving Aiden Holloway shit. He has a good game. Alabama wins in the jungle again. I thought they should have had that one. Yeah, and then the Kent State one. That's
a bad loss for the MAC, bro.
It's a bad loss for MAC, but it wasn't the worst loss that the MAC took in the challenge. That belongs to Akron,
which is on my list too. That's further down.
Troy.
Yes,
that one's a little deflating to the 2-bid MAC pipe dream. It was a pipe dream, but it was there. And losing on the road to Troy does not help.
Yeah, I had that as one of them, so I'll take it off there. The other ones I had was Clemson over Cal. I know that normally that would, well, it's just the way, and if you look right now, Bieniek, Clemson is in first place in the ACC.
Wait, really?
Yes, with Duke losing, Clemson is now tied for the lead.
Brad Brownell, the one year I'm not on him to win the fucking league.
Unfucking-believable, man.
Yo. Oh, this ain't holding though.
Yeah, the schedule is a little tough coming up. They have to go to Cameron Indoor next Saturday on Valentine's Day.
And if you win that, you're losing at Wake Forest.
Yes, and then you still have to go to Chapel Hill on March 3rd.
And I think Louisville is a tough one. So,
but hey, right now,
I'll guarantee 2 more losses. But even a 3-loss year in the ACC for a Clemson team that did not look great on paper coming in because they lost so much production from the year prior. They only brought back Chase Hunter, or Dylan Hunter, Chase Hunter's younger brother. Brownell found something is not giving him enough respect and credit. He's hit a new level.
I like that Davidson get he got. We talked about that when that happened. I think we texted each other. I was like, "That's a nice get."
Yeah, he hasn't even. He has not like.
Well, he played big in the Stanford game. The Stanford game, he really played big. I thought
he's not been as big of a contributor as I thought. He's been outplayed by the Welling kid, the Utah Valley transfer.
I think they. Jeez. What is this shit? Sorry about that. Davison though has come along a little bit. He didn't have a great game today, but the Stanford game went for 16-7. And what game was it that he had the game winner? Was that the Georgia Tech? No, that was a close game. He had a game winner in one of these games. Yeah, you're right though. Early in the year he definitely struggled, but he has picked it up lately. He's in double digits. Like 4 of the last 6 games. But yeah, either way, Clemson, I had that jotted down. Some other ones I had jotted down was UNLV taking down Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon packed out that fucking stadium some. I don't know if you saw that. UNLV is a strange fucking team, dude. I like UNLV, they win at Utah State. They're just a strange fucking team. Like but I thought that was noteworthy.
Hilarious, though, that the Lopes went into Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, we should note this for years in advance. But I had Houston at BYU. Yeah,
UNLV stays in the conference, right? They're not jumping to the Pac-12, so they will continue to play each other.
Yes, correct.
Cool. Yeah.
Houston at BYU. BYU, to Nick's point, when we were driving, he's like, "That BYU hasn't beaten shit. How can we take them seriously?" And I'm like, he's right. Short of beating Villanova on opening night with a brand new head coach, BYU doesn't have a lot of great wins. Clemson, I think they might have beat in one of those tournaments. But
yeah, I guess consider MAC hook, line, and sinker on that one. They've lost 5 of the last 6.
Yeah, anybody that's got a pulse, they lose to. So
crazy.
Yeah. And then I had Portland beating Seattle in the way they did. We kind of already talked about that. And I'll end it with Bethune. Actually, no, I have 2. Bethune-Cookman took down Prairie View today. I think Bethune-Cookman is by far the best team in this conference. They won 7 in a row, Bieniek. The Wildcats should be talked about some because since they've got Doc Bradley, I think they are like clear cut the best team in this conference.
The guy exists and he's good.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He went today, by the way. Jeez, this stupid fucking shit. What's it called? But I should note that he did not play today, Bieniek.
Okay.
Why? Who knows?
Yeah, that is notable.
Yeah. And then the last one, and this one, they were expected to win the game, but I just think we should talk about the Billikens of St. Louis before we go to the picks, because you got a few?
I got 2 more, yeah. But go ahead, St. Louis.
I mean, they're fucking 23-1 or 24-1, whatever their record is right now. Their remaining schedule is judging by the Dayton team I just saw the other day. I don't. So the remaining schedule for the Billikens: at Loyola Chicago on next Friday, at Rhode Island the following Tuesday. That Rhode Island game is a tiny bit tricky because that's far as shit away for them. And then Rhode Island's had some success against some of the better teams in the conference. Home to VCU in St. Louis on the 20th. At Dayton, which we thought might have been I mean, I guess UD Arena can still get you, but Dayton looks kind of checked out. Then home versus Duquesne, home versus that same Loyola Chicago team, and then at George Mason. At George Mason is obviously one that they could very well lose, but Bieniek, is this team going to go like 28-2?
Yeah, I'm all aboard.
Great story.
Big fan.
Yeah. So
I think they can do a little bit of everything. They're a very excited team to watch. They play fast. They make shots. They can rebound well. Can they win 4 games in a row in the NCAA tournament? Yes. Do I think they're going to do it? No, because they're probably going to be underseeded and it's going to fuck them. They'll probably be a 9 seed, and then they'll have to play a 1 seed in game 2. That's my bold, not so bold prediction. So,
all right, give me your other two.
So, the other 2 for me, we don't have to talk about them too much. I just think they were game ball worthy performances. St. Peter's knocks off Siena in the MAC in a battle between 2 of the top teams, and then also in the Summit League. Denver goes into Grand Forks and blows them out by 20. That's hot right now. That's scorching. They go in there and win by 20.
They completed the North Dakota 2-step.
Yeah,
they won at North Dakota State and at North Dakota. That is fucking impressive. Yeah. That's a good one. All right,
I'm good.
Yeah, let's go, folks. What to tell you? The college basketball experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We got 60 bets for Super Bowl 60. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast before the big game. We're also brought to you by Kalshi. Kalshi is a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Kalshi has a ton of trading options for the big game, including sides, totals, props, halftime performance, and much, much more. Besides sports, they got a ton of other markets, including politics, entertainment, hell, even the weather. It's Kalshi. You can trade anything. New Kalshi customers get $20 when you use the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is the #1 social sportsbook and casino out there. It's available in 35 plus different states, including Texas, including California. Get in with the action with Rebet. Plus, get a 100% purchase match up to $100 with the promo code SGPN. That's Rebet, promo code SGPN. All right, fun slate tomorrow. Short, unfortunately, because of this. I hate how they just like don't play a night game.
Dude, there's one fucking NFL game tomorrow, and everybody wants to dodge it.
Yeah, it's all horseshit. It's all horseshit. Don't get me started. Don't fucking get me started. Noon, we get this trash. USC is at Penn State. Penn State is catching 3.5 at home. This is not one of the games I'm excited for tomorrow, Bieniek. Penn State's 1-9 in their last 10. Who's USC got on deck? Ohio State. We got to take USC, right? It does stink, though. Why is it so short?
It does stink. Penn State, I believe, just won their last home game. So are they trying to persuade us to think that they're going to build a little bit of momentum in Bryce Jordan? Me, I don't think so. But I don't think that USC's like some superpower team, but I will lay that 3.5. I just I'm not gonna dive into that dumpster.
I don't think I'm gonna dive into it too. The more I think about it, but I'll lay the 3.5 of the Trojan men. We're looking for their 18th win of the season. That's on the Big Ten Network there at noon. Then what I think is perhaps the game of the day. Tulsa is in Tampa, first place in the AAC on the line, and really, when you look at this, Bieniek, so Tulsa's currently in first place, but South Florida already beat them in Tulsa.
Yep.
Right. So that means they will have the tiebreaker on this down the stretch. By the way, Temple and Charlotte are also one game out. We should note that. But if you look at this game's on ESPNU, by the way, national televised. South Florida still has. So even if they win this game, I was looking at their remaining schedule, dude. At Wichita, at FAU in a rivalry game, home to Memphis, which is dangerous, at Rice, home to Tulane, at Memphis, home to Charlotte. That's a brutal schedule down the stretch, I thought. I was like, man, Tulsa's schedule, I think, is way easier. So even if they lose this game, I think Tulsa's still going to end up with the 1 seed, assuming they don't completely shit the bed. Tulsa's remaining schedule is home to UAB. Well, I mean, they're at South Florida tomorrow, but then home to UAB, at Wichita, which is tricky, but then home games against Charlotte, UTSA, at Tulane, at ECU, home to Temple. I think that's a great fucking schedule down the stretch, Bieniek. But I think South Florida's going to drill them tomorrow. I'm going to lay the 3.5. I think they're going to complete the sweep. And I think people are going to think South Florida has locked up the conference there with this win over Tulsa. And I don't think that will be the case. I think Tulsa will still win the AAC regular season. Your thoughts?
I like the Golden Hurricane tomorrow. Right, like a revenge angle for the Hurricane. Bulls came in and stomped them by 15 the first matchup in Oklahoma. Here they've been chilling out in Florida for the last couple of days. 3 days in Florida is paradise for these guys, but also I think that they should be motivated after losing that first game.
The only thing on my mind, Gene, was pussy.
Sorry, 3 days in Florida.
Yeah, no, you're right, but also like I think they should be motivated after this is one of the 2 teams they've lost to this year. What happened to the first team they lost to when they played them the second time? They won by 16 against North Texas. So I like the Golden Hurricane and the revenge here.
Lock?
Yeah, lock battle.
Yes.
Cocktail napkins all together as a one-point game.
To crush your enemies, see them driven before you.
We got a battle done. On the Bulls. You fuck with the Bulls, you get the horn. Bieniek on the Golden Hurricane. Great matchup. Great matchup. Next up, UNC Greensboro's at Furman in a border battle, to quote the great Patty C. And by the way, shout out to Carlton for the slides. And Carlton was also on North Carolina money line. So you should note that. SoCon. Well, Greensboro is 4.5 games out of first. Furman's 1 game out of first. Or I'm sorry, 2.5 games out of first. I was thinking they were Wofford for a second. Furman laid 12.5. I'm actually going to lay it, Bieniek. I don't think Greensboro is young. I know this. I've watched them a few times this year. I don't trust them on the road. Furman's coming off with a really bad loss against East Tennessee State in overtime. I think they're going to drill them tomorrow. I'm going to lock up the Paladins. Yeah. What's that?
Furman was up 15 in that ETSU game.
Yeah, I'm locking up the Paladins. I'm laying the 12.5. They win by 20 tomorrow. Your thoughts?
Yeah, we've only got 11 games tomorrow. The cocktail napkin likes it. I was going to pick Furman, but you're locking it with some conviction. I'll tell. Yeah, the cocktail napkin's got this as a 15-point game, and I'll fire with you.
Double lock. We will play our triple lock music.
Welcome to the party, pal. Friends through eternity,
Go.
honesty will stay together through thick or thin. Friends forever will be together. We're up top 'cause we play to win.
Next up, the game. Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, the first matchup, I was foolish. I took the Buckeyes. Right? Or no? Who covered that game?
I thought
I lost money
convinced
that game. Yeah. Whatever it was,
Well,
I lost money.
Well, then I didn't convince you guys on that. That was the Trey Burke retirement game. Michigan won and covered, but they played with their food for a lot of it.
Now, Big Blue is laying 9.5 in Columbus. Sorry, Bieniek. I'm taking these Buckeyes in the points. Lock up. Buckeyes plus 9.5. I know it's like Michigan's just been through it. They've been playing a lot of fucking big. I know the Penn State game was there, but prior to that, it was Nebraska and Michigan State. Wolverines win by 4 tomorrow. What are you doing here, Bieniek?
So, yeah, I basically did not pick Michigan against the spread for 2 whole months. And then I've, since the last 2 games, jumped back on them laying points the last 2 games, and they've covered in both. And that was basically when everybody was starting to question and jump off the covering machine that was Michigan early on in the year, stomping a lot of teams. I don't think that Michigan played their greatest game against Ohio State in the first one. There was some unneeded added pressure from, playing in front of a crowd that quite honestly does not happen often in Chrysler Center with that Trey Burke retirement game. And I think that they come out and they play better. They have, in every big game this year, they have played very, very well. This one, sure, you can argue Ohio State's not the A-tier, national title contender opponent that Michigan's been cruising past in a lot of games, but I think that the A team or A performance from the Wolverines come out tomorrow. Lay the 9.5, lock it up. Wolverines by 15.
What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you.
We got a battle in Columbus. Dundee on the Buckeyes. Bieniek on the Wolverines.
Have I updated you on Alexis Beliaskis lately?
Please elaborate.
So the one loss that Michigan took this year was against Wisconsin at home, and they only lost it by 3, and that's because the stretch 5 off the bench, Alexis Beliaskis for Wisconsin, drilled 5 threes in a matter of 3 minutes in the second half, and it was the difference. So he scored 17 points in that game against Michigan. Since he's scored a total of 24 in 9 games.
Yeah, that's a good drop. Moneyline McIntyre allegedly will be here now. It might be shit hammered. Yeah. To get back to Morgantown by what time is this? 1 o'clock. We'll see if he can hit this. But
that means the sucker's gonna have to be up at 7 a.m.
She's gonna be he's probably at the bars right now. What is he like? He's in a parking lot talking to a chick trying to leave the bar, like a bartender. It's just she closed down the bar. And she's like, I'm just trying to go home, honey. Let me tell you. Yeah.
Last night, I believe he said there was a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, I mean, he says he's going to this Texas Tech at the Hope Coliseum there in Morgantown, taking on West Virginia, the John Denver Bowl. This line kind of reeks, dude. Texas Tech laying 4.5. So this is how West Virginia makes the tournament. They beat Texas Tech and Kansas, huh? Why is this line so short, Bieniek?
I don't know. The cocktail napkins got it as a 7-point game.
I had it at 8. Yeah.
Christian Anderson, I assume, probably is not playing by this spread.
Yeah, I'll take.
This would be his second straight missed game, and I thought it was like illness that he missed the last game for, right?
Yeah, something's up. I'm taking W. Why the fuck is this line so short? Let's go. You in?
Play your lock music. Let me Google this real quick.
Morgantown, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Morgantown, Morgantown, WP.
They're saying he's playing in the chat.
Yeah, I don't see anything on this. Yeah, Rothstein, Texas Tech's Christian Anderson illness is expected to return Sunday's game against West Virginia. This really smells. I'm going the other way. I'm locking up the Red Raiders. I'll take the value with this line that's giving me. Give me the Red Raiders. Let's lock it up. Guns up. Wreck them.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Wait, that's not welcome to the party. There's no party. There's a battle. Dundee on the Mountaineers, Bieniek on the Red Raiders. Next up, shout out to Matt Dick says it's not possible for Virginia or West Virginia to cover this. Maryland is heading to the barn. Minnesota's like 8.5.
Maryland money line.
I'm with you. I'm with you here. The Buzzsaw's got it. I mean, I've been getting my ass kicked betting Maryland so much this year, but let's go one more time. Double lock the Terps plus 8.5. Sprinkle the money line.
Minnesota's coming off a court storming victory over Michigan State. They're heading out west for their next couple of games. It's a beautiful spot. Maryland's been getting drilled left and right lately. The one team they did beat in Big Ten play was Penn State, and I think Minnesota lost outright to Penn State. So they can lose to anybody, man. So Terps, this is the best shot they've got to win a game.
Yes, and then UCF is in Fifth Third Bank Stadium, whatever the fuck it's called. Taking on Cincinnati. Wes Miller doing handshakes at the door. All right. I apologize. You deserve better.
What was that?
Why do I feel like Cincinnati's going to win this game? I'm going to lay the 3.5 with these Bearcats.
Give them better, Wes.
Yeah. Lock up these Bearcats laying 3.5. Bieniek?
Yeah, I'll join you. I think Cincinnati wins the game. And although I don't have a ton of conviction on this, 11 games, spread it out across the board. I think Cincinnati gets it done. I do respect this UCF team, though. And I think they're a tough out. But only one possession, I'll lay it. Bearcats.
Double lock on these Bearcats. Folks, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog has you covered for the big game tomorrow. Choose a player and reveal whether you've unlocked a gimme pick, followed by a boost builder tied to the game. And Underdog celebrating by hooking players up with bigger boosts. Just submit a boosted entry to unlock an even bigger boost on the next one, all the way up to 60%. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm has been fire this NFL postseason yet again, and they have college hoops too. You got to check it out. But this past postseason, 2-0 in interception props, 9-4 on rush yard props. Check them out. They're always kicking ass. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house model, or make your own and play with those sliders. Looking to go premium? Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm. That's RITHMM. Promo code SGPN25. All right. Speaking of Moneyline, Bieniek. Dun, 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 dun. Charlotte's catching 8.5. In Memphis, Tennessee, taking on Penny Hardaway, the Tigers. Easy lock. Give me Charlotte. Sprinkle that money line as well. Memphis does this often. So, yeah. Bieniek, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I believe this would be when Mac tells me that you just got burned and you never go back in. I locked up Charlotte the other night, and I think it was a lock battle with you and Mac when you were on Wichita. And I think this is a tough, road trip from Kansas heading into Memphis. And I'll take the points. I'll lock it. I'm not going to call for the money line here, though. I think Tigers pulled us it out by like 5 or 6.
Double lock on the clit. I say sprinkle that money line. Sprinkle that money line. Sprinkle that money. What's that money line? Plus 350. Next up, Wichita State and New Orleans take it on Tulane and L. Ron Hunter Battlefield Earth. Interesting game here. I'm going to take Wichita laying the 3.5, but I don't feel great about it, so I'm not going to bet this one. Unless you could talk me into something that I'm missing. What are you doing here?
Can you give me the injury report on Tulane over there? If you have it in front of you.
Yes. For Tulane, I see
KJ
nobody.
Green out?
No. For Wichita, I do see Joy Ighoavada as a game-time decision.
I don't believe he's made much of an impact this year. But yeah, Tulane was missing one of their better, he's off the bench wing 3 and D guy. And yeah, they knocked off Memphis without him. So maybe they're better without him. But I will go Green Wave. I
don't feel very confident.
No, but I'll go Tulane.
I think one of the harder plays of the day. Joe in the chat saying this is going to be the best game of the day, though.
Yeah, they've had a full week off, so they probably celebrated the Memphis win a little bit, but I don't think it affects them too much. Tulane.
There we go. Next up, Northwestern getting 12.5 at Iowa. Okay. Stop it. I'm betting Northwestern. 12.5. Iowa plays at a top, 357th in pace. I have to do this. I don't even think it's a crazy money line play, to tell you the truth. I think I will probably win the game, but I'm saying I see plus 750 or something, or plus 800 over there. Worth a shot. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
I was actually surprisingly drilled a handful of teams this year. I do think that you're on the right side with this. I usually have a better feel in the Big Ten than other leagues, Northwestern just got their ass kicked by 40 against the in-state rival. I didn't see that one coming. I think they bounce back, but I'm not confident in it. I'll take the points, but I'm not locking this year.
And then the final game on the slate. The Rice Owls catching 8.5 at UAB. So they played last time they played UAB won by 1, but that was a year ago. I got to take the points. I don't trust UAB when they're big favorites, but I don't love this fucking game. Rice has been trash on the road this season. I just don't like UAB when they're a big favorite.
Yeah.
So I have to take Rice. Not a lot of games. Let me just throw a little bit of cash. I'm going to go lightest on this game. Give me the Rice Owls and the points.
Very fair. This will be a lock battle, though. The cocktail napkin only has this as a 6-point game, but I'm overriding it. Rice just played a double overtime game against the in-state team. North Texas won it. I think they're rightfully coming in a little bit high off of this one. After some of their wins this season, loss to Charlotte. They played well that game. Lost to Temple, didn't cover, and then lost to Charlotte again by 10 on the road that time, but they didn't cover that one either. 1-2 against spread in conference play after a win. I will fade them against UAB, who's off the Memphis loss. I think they come back, respond, win it by 10 plus. UAB.
We got a battle Dundee on the house. Who the fuck are you? All right, Bieniek on these fire-breathing dragons. Yeah, I don't have a strong. Like, if you're asking me to power rank my bets, that's the one that I trust least.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna lock up Wichita too against Tulane. I'm just gonna bet. Let's get it in now. Top plays of the night. First off, I do want to hit on this. It's a light Sunday slate, but Monday is giving us a little bit of heat. Monday, we have Xavier St. John's. I know that's not incredible, but it's Patino. NC State at Louisville is a fire matchup. Bieniek, I'm intrigued by Monday's matchup of Yale at Howard. Interesting non-con game there. Then we also have the red hot Mexicans taking on the Nazis of Nichols. But and Wilmington at Charleston on Monday, Bieniek. Belmont at Bradley on Monday. Arizona at Kansas on Monday. That's a pretty good punch they're throwing on Monday on this slate. Even Northern Iowa at Murray State is a tricky one. So,
forgive me if you already mentioned it, but Belmont at Bradley.
Yeah, fire. I mentioned it, but yes.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I was placing bets.
let's get to the top plays of the day. I will go. So what are we doing? 2, 3? I'll do 3. Fuck it.
Yeah,
I'll do 3.
I have 3 prepped.
Yeah. I am going to lock up South Florida minus 3.5 as one of my top plays. I will also take Northwestern plus 12.5 as one of my top plays. What is the juiciest money line we could do here? The third one will be Furman against Greensboro. And the dog is the Charlotte 49ers to knock off Memphis. Boom. Bieniek, fire.
You can never go wrong with a dog against Memphis, I don't think. In theory, it's a good idea. I'll pick out some of the bigger games of the day. We're going TMZ for the locks card. Tulsa minus 3.5 against South Florida. That is a lock battle in the best bets portion between Colby and I. Then we'll go Texas Tech minus 4.5, which is going to be a lock battle against both Colby and Moneyline Mac. And then Michigan minus 9.5, which is a Moneyline or a lock battle against Colby there too. So we'll see how I do tomorrow. The dog is Maryland I think it's a pretty good spot catching the Golden Gophers off of, a rainy day against the Spartans from East Lansing. That's always a good day in my household. But, they kicked their ass on the ice today in hockey, unfortunately. The duel in the D and Little Caesars. So, and sidetracked. But Terrapins go into the barn. They storm the barn.
I like it. People are saying, give me the exact score in which game.
They're probably talking about Seattle, New England.
I don't do this NFL shit. All right. 3-0. Seahawks. All right. 3-0 Seahawks.
And the not so funny part is, or maybe the funny part is, I think it's possible with these two teams. Like, both defenses are good. So
yeah, I will not be watching, as you well know. But what's your score prediction, Bieniek?
Whatever my square is, my football square.
I will play a Super Bowl square. I do have a Super Bowl square.
Just to put something out there, I will go 20-13 New England.
There you go. Bieniek's on Twitter at NoahB77_. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The college basketball experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Don't forget Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac.
Actually, I have to change that. Hold on. I can't do that. Vrabel's an Ohio State guy, and Mac is a Michigan guy. We're taking Seattle 20-13. I almost caught myself there on Michigan, Ohio State.
I know. Filthy.
That would have been
very filthy.
That would have been a sin. Seattle pulling for the Seahawks. Scratch that from the memory. Hit delete. Remove the last minute of the show.
I believe.
I think tide turning. As I remember, I was raised in the desert, but tides kind of it's easy to see a tide turn. Did I say those words?
Did Bieniek say those words? Look, check out the college baseball experience. We got previews up for the Big 12, ACC, SEC. And get ready for Xavier to get destroyed by these Pirates this Friday, Bieniek. Musketeers think they can come down there talking shit, firing off their little ancient guns. All right.
We were working on our mid-major top 25 for 11.7. Xavier didn't make it, but East Carolina's in it. They're in the top 10.
There we go. Come on, and Mr. Beast. We're still waiting.
Yeah.
I know it's been a weekend. You're not going to release that information on Super Bowl weekend, but we're waiting, Mr. Beast. Also check out the college football experience. Myself, Moneyline Mac, did a episode talking coaching, all the coaching changes, and we're gonna have a bunch of new shit this week with the Sacramento State, North Dakota State potential news, and a bunch of other stuff as well. So check that out. Till next time, folks. This is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. College baseball starts Friday. And we out of here.
It's got me thinking about the good shit the minute that I seen your grill again. It made me good trip, good dog the mind back like dog will wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit me tan back, but the comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster, yeah. You know you want it how you want it. No need to trip cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for hope. Just get it straight cause he caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Sing it.